want to say I'm a genius, but I'll just tell you guys what I did, and I think you can make the judgment call. I cut up this lemon and I didn't want it to get all dried out, so I put a rubber band around it. Harvard wants to know your location. Okay. Woo! Hey honeys, it's Emmy. If you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Emmy. I'm a nutritionist and the creator of the Slim on Starch program, where my clients lose anywhere from the last few pounds to up to 70 pounds and counting, honeys. So if you want to lose weight on a plant-based diet with not just one-on-one guidance, but three-on-one guidance from myself and my team, made up of a registered dietitian and a therapist, then go ahead and go to healthyemmy.org or go and click the link in the down bar. Also, make sure that you are subscribed to the channel so that you can get all of the freshest news on plant-based weight loss, and click that notification bell so that you can be notified, honey. Healthy honey. Today, I'm gonna make you into the person that your kid self hated, a veggie lover. Have you guys seen the meme that's like, I am the version of myself that I hated as a kid. I eat vegetables and I go to bed at 8 p.m. I mean, to me, that's the life. But anyway, today I'm gonna be showing you guys the tricks to make you like the veggies. Because the fact of the matter is that we have the power to change the foods that we enjoy. And if you don't believe me, let me tell you what I used to be like when I was a young one. I wish my mom or dad were here to tell this story. But I ate one food growing up: ketchup sandwiches. White bread, ketchup, white bread. And that was all I ate every single day. So yes, I did not grow up as a veggie lover, and I was very far from it, but we have the power to change the foods that we like. And so today I am showing you guys some tips and tricks that you can implement for yourself, or if you have kids, you can implement these as well to sneak in those veggies. And before we get started in this video, leave a comment and let me know what your favorite veggie is. I think mine might be zucchini. So the first trick that I have, they're all related to everything that is here, my little bag of tricks. But the first tip that I want to give you guys actually is not in my bag of tricks. And it has to do with this theory about how we eat as humans. So of course, as humans, we are accustomed to believe that we are in an environment of food scarcity. It's a survival mechanism that we believe there isn't a lot of food in the environment, and this is why we tend to overeat on foods that are super high in calories, because our body and our brain thinks there might be a famine coming up, so you may as well pack in all of these calories while you can. That being said, what happens is that when we have a plate of food, okay, and we have veggies on that plate, if we taste things that are higher in calories than veggies are, which is everything that's not a veggie, then our brain sees the veggies, gets a taste of the veggies, and says, whoa, 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 don't waste your time eating those vegetables because there aren't many calories in there, and you need to eat higher calorie stuff in order to survive. So what does this mean? Does it mean that we're screwed? No, it means that we have to strategically eat our plate. So what I always want you to do if you're struggling to eat your veggies is to implement my tip number 1, which is eat yo veggies first. Honey, eat your veggies first, because if you are eating vegetables and then you taste something else and your body and your brain knows that there are more calories in the other thing that you're eating that's not the vegetables, you are going to be completely turned off from the vegetables. The vegetables literally taste better before you have the other high calorie stuff, because your brain is able to compare the amount of dopamine that you're getting from those foods. The amount of dopamine is the motivation chemical. It makes you feel good. It makes you want to do something. The amount of dopamine that we release when we eat a certain food is based on how many calories that food has. So if we eat veggies, which are low in calories, we won't release that much dopamine. But if we eat something that has more calories in it, we release more dopamine. Once your brain has that comparison and it knows that something's giving you way more dopamine, it's not gonna want you to eat the veggies. So make sure that you eat yo veggies first, honey. Alrighty, tip number 2 is to find a delicious sauce to go on your veggies that does not have any animal products or any oil, and preferably not any processed sugar either. So the ones that I always recommend are from my buddy Dylan at Well Your World. He has some amazing SOS free sauces, so salt, oil, and sugar free sauces. This is his barbecue sauce. He also has ketchup, sriracha, Indian sauce, and Asian sauce. So these are wonderful to put on your veggies so that you actually want to eat the veggies. Some other sauces that are great are liquid aminos, apple cider vinegar, balsamic vinegar. Those are great as well. Mustard is another good one to make you actually enjoy the veggies. So that's tip number 2, is to sauce them up with something oil-free and vegan. Tip number 3 is to eat everybody's favorite food in the world, oatmeal. Now, something that you can do is you can cut into your oatmeal zucchini or riced cauliflower. So you can make yourself a delicious bowl of oatmeal, put your bananas in there, put your cinnamon in there, but when you're cooking it, cook in it grated zucchini or riced cauliflower. And you'll just put it in there and then cook your oats as you normally would. So let's say you usually do like a cup of oats and you cook it for 3 minutes. If you do that, put a half a cup of riced zucchini in there, mix it in, and then cook it per usual. Add all of your fruit and all of your spices, and you really can't tell. You might be able to tell in the beginning. I personally don't do this because I don't have a problem eating veggies, so I don't need to sneak them in any way, so I eat my oatmeal straight up. But I have a lot of clients that do this, and I see a lot of people just in the plant-based world do this because it's a great way to sneak in some extra veggies if you're having trouble eating your veggies. All right, tip number 4 has to do with what is back here. So what is back here? Well, and on the 8th day, God made the air fryer. The air fryer is unreal. My favorite things, my 2 favorite things to put into the air fryer are, of course, fries. Just cut up potatoes made into air fries, but I would consider those a starch, and we're looking towards more eating non-starchy vegetables for the sake of this video. Something delicious to put into your air fryer is zucchini. It is so good. It gets sweet and oh, it's salty. It's so good. Zucchini in the air fryer. And I play around with it, guys. There's really no magic to how long or the temperature that you put it in for. I'll put it on the highest temperature and put it in for 10 minutes and just like keep checking it. Another great thing that you can put in your air fryer, people love frozen Brussels sprouts in the air fryer. And I also see people put mini peppers into the air fryer, so those are great as well. So the air fryer is amazing. I love zucchini in the air fryer. I also love my potato fries in the air fryer. But other great non-starchy vegetables to go in the air fryer are frozen Brussels sprouts and then mini bell peppers. All right, tip number 5 is to cut veggies into your rice. So if you are a big rice person, what I would love for you to do is to mix into your rice some chopped bell peppers or some chopped onion or some chopped celery. Can make it nice and salty, because when you're eating it, you're really just tasting the rice. You're tasting the chewiness of the rice. And if you mix in some veggies, you sneak in some diced veggies in there, you probably won't, honestly, the experience will probably be enhanced because now the rice has more flavor. If you chopped some onions and cooked it into your rice, that would be delicious. That would give your rice delicious flavor. If you chop up some celery and put it into your rice, now your rice is a little bit salty. You chop up some peppers and put it in there, now your rice is a little bit sweet if you put some bell peppers in there. So that's another thing that you can do, is take rice, dice up some veggies, and then mix it into your rice. All right, my next tip, it's not just nutritional yeast, but it's nutritional yeast and, let me go get it, limon. I don't want to say I'm a genius, but I'll just tell you guys what I did, and I think you can make the judgment call. I cut up this lemon and I didn't want it to get all dried out, so I put a rubber band around it. Harvard wants to know your location. Okay, so lemon and nutritional yeast are just a match made in heaven. And when you take something like broccoli and you squeeze the lemon on that broccoli, and you put the nutritional yeast on the lemon on that broccoli, I think I have to move on to the next tip at this point. I mean, you just have to experience for yourself. Lemon and nutritional yeast on vegetables, specifically broccoli, I'm deceased. All right, and then my last tip is to make a veggie soup. Take something like veggie broth and then just take a bunch of frozen veggies and throw it in there. And then it's a delicious soup that you can put on top of rice. You can put on top of a baked potato, and it actually has flavor to it because yes, this does have salt in it. You can buy ones that are no salt added, but you feel like it's more of a meal when really you break it down and you're like, all I'm really eating here is veggies with a little bit of liquid on it. So take a big bag of frozen veggies, take some veggie stock or some veggie broth, make yourself a soup, and then put it on top of some rice, and bam, you got yourself a delicious meal and you're eating veggies. All right, and if you made it to the end of the video, as I always love to do, I love to give you guys a code word that you can put in the comments to show me that you made it to the end of the video. So I'm looking at the bird feeder. So today's code word is birdseed. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next video. Mwah.